multi-millionaires in the making. Big boss now, but it all took some patience. Rockstar life spread well across the nation. Give one chance, you know what I do to it. Whole team get money and I'm used to it. Beat the odds and I'm still going used to it. Changing lives every day, you can YouTube it. Hold up, it's on when it's short. You know I stay down, stuck around for the glow up. And you can ask anybody around, yeah, they know us. Can't stop now, cause the grind is never over. Hey, you got a type of lifestyle, give life. 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 It go type of lifestyle, turn my life round. Time out, told her hater pipe down. Type of lifestyle, turn my life round. Time out, told her hater pipe down. Ayy, big grind from the night to the AM. Big grind, new multi-millionaires in the making. Big boss now, but it all took some patience. Rockstar life spread well across the nation.
Welcome, everybody. Welcome, guys. Welcome. Hope everybody can see me and hear me okay, guys. I am excited, right? I'm excited, guys. Just got off the plane from Los Angeles, California, late last night or early this morning. So up early, but guys, I'm ready. I got my coffee, right? And I hope that each and every one of you have your notebooks, guys. You have your pens, and you are ready to dig in this morning, because we're going to talk about some things that I learned in the industry that have truly helped my business grow. And so definitely appreciate each and every one of you for getting on. You could be anywhere else on this beautiful Saturday morning, but you chose to be here with pen ready, guys, with notebook ready, right? Ready to take copious notes and dig in. So once again, I'm Keith Williams, newly promoted Diamond out of Dallas, Texas, guys, and I am excited this morning to serve you all. And so, guys, today, this morning, we're going to talk about the proper smart shift, right? I'm going to say it again. We're going to talk about the proper smart shift, right? Because I understood getting this industry a long time ago, right? And reading the books and listening to the audios and, guys, going to the personal development seminars and going to the events, all right? I learned that wealthy people build networks, right? Wealthy people build networks, guys, and everybody else just works, right? And so I knew that I did get involved in this industry, right? Early on, I didn't get involved in this industry to work, right? I was already working, right? I was working 2 jobs, as a matter of fact, and I found out real soon that 2 jobs is for 2 people, right? 2 jobs is for 2 people, guys. And so I got in this industry to create leverage, right? I got in this industry for the promise of residual income. And I truly believe here in Tava Nation, guys, as we grow this business in the United States and as we grow abroad, right, as we get ready to go international, because I know it's coming, that through the power of network marketing, right? Guys, remember that word, network marketing. The wealthy people, like I said, build networks, guys. We're in a network marketing business. And so I want to talk about, the proper smart shift, how to get your business off to a good start, and why it's important, right, not to make your minimums your maximums. And so you can understand, how you build this business. I heard Nina Rochelle Moore say it best. She said this business, guys, is psychological, number 1, numerical, number 2, and number 3, guys, is duplicatable, right? And that made a lot of sense to me to understand. If you understand those dynamics, right, if you understand those 3 things, then you can build a huge business, right? Whether it's from a retail standpoint, right, or whether it's from building a business, recruiting and developing leaders, right? It both takes the same thing. It requires understanding how this business works. And so we're going to talk about, guys, the proper auto shift, right? Because it's very, very, very important that you understand the dynamics of that. And when we talk about this business being psychological, guys, understand from a psychological standpoint that it is a business nonetheless, right? We're talking about building an international company, and you want to be prepared. You want to understand that you're building a company within a company. And I understood that when I got involved in this industry and I started developing my entrepreneurial skills, that I wasn't a network marketer, right? That I was a businessman, right? I was a businessman that was utilizing network marketing to conduct business. I'm gonna say that one more time. I understood that I was a businessman that was utilizing network marketing to conduct business. I understood that I had to understand the psychological part of this business, guys. I had to understand that I had to understand the numbers game in this business. That is a numbers game, right? And I also had to understand that what's duplicatable is most profitable. And so understand when you come to a training, right? No matter who's doing the training, we have some great people that I've watched on Saturday morning. We have some great people that I've watched come across the stage and grace us with their presence and share their knowledge and their skill set, guys, and do some amazing trainings. We have some great trainers, some great and dynamic leadership over here at Tava. And guys, that's one of the reasons why I'm here. But what I understood is that when you come to a training, guys, right, you need to come with notebook in hand. You need to come with pen in hand, because it's important that when you come and you understand, you want to have an understanding that when I learn this information, I'm learning it to teach it, right? Understand that, guys, is very important. When you come to a training, right? When you come to a meeting, when you're on a conference call or a Zoom, right? Or we're on a corporate training, you want to come with the mindset that I'm learning this information so I can teach the information, guys, because it's the teacher, right? It's the teacher, the person that's in front of the room teaching that information that makes the most money. And I'm not talking teaching from a traditional standpoint. I'm talking teaching from an industry standpoint, right? I'm talking about the teacher, the person that duplicates, right? That duplicates himself, right? That person that is developing and duplicating leadership, right? Developing and duplicating leadership. Guys, understand this, that the highest paid profession in the world is leadership, right? And the person that comes with the mindset that, hey, I want to learn it so I can teach it, right? We talked about psychological. We talk about teaching to a massive amount of people, right? In hopes that your organization starts to duplicate leaders, guys. And that's very, very, very important. And so understanding that it's important that you have a pen, it's important that you have a notebook, it's important that you're taking copious notes, guys, because one day you're going to be sitting here, right? One day you're going to be on stage, right? And one day you're going to be teaching, guys. Understand that leadership, right? Everything rises and falls on leadership. John C. Maxwell said it best. All right, so let's talk about, guys, jump right in and talk about the proper smartship, right? Because it's very important that you understand how to come into the business, right? And how to, when you come into the business, guys, let me fix myself up here. When you come into the business, understanding how to place the proper smartship, because it's important that you get your business off to a good start, right? It's important that you understand that, I heard Mr. Lloyd say that from the time he opens his mouth and he's talking to a distributor, and I love using that word, guys. I'm explaining why, because there's so many titles that we can have in this industry, right? I've heard associate, right, guys? I've heard IBOs, right? I've heard so many titles, but my favorite title is distributor, right? Because, guys, we are distributing, right, products and services on a broad scale, and we're duplicating that in our organization. And so he said he's teaching. And so when I bring somebody into business, I want to share with them how to get started. Because a lot of times when people come into this industry or they come into our company, they come in with the mindset of, I just want to do the minimum, right? I just want to get that $40, that 40 volume point smartship, that one product. And there's nothing wrong with that, right? The company says you get a person on your left and you get a person on your right, right? And that person is purchasing at least one product, 40 volume a month, that you're qualified. But guys, I don't believe in making my minimums my maximums. I don't believe that anybody over here is average, right? And I want to operate my business on a scale of abundance. And so I want to make sure that I have a proper authorship and proper smartship. So what is that? Guys, I want to make sure, number one, write this down. I want to make sure that, number one, I have enough product for personal consumption, right? Write that down, guys. You want to make sure that you have enough product for personal consumption. And what does that mean? Well, you look at your household, right? If it's just me in a household, I want to make sure I at least have that one bottle of Valet, right? That one bag of Vasia, right? Or that one bag of coffee. I want to make sure that I have the products that I'm consuming, right? And so what are the products that you're consuming, right? What are the products you're consuming? So you want to make sure that you have enough product for personal consumption, right? If you're married, you want to make sure that you and your spouse have enough product for personal consumption, right? If you have children, guys, and we know that most children are drinking the coffee or utilizing the flare or the tea, but what everybody can take are valet, right? And so we want to make sure that it's enough personal consumption for that household, right? So how much is that for you? And so you determine that and you put that in, right? You put that in to your monthly smart ship, right? The next thing, guys, is you want to have enough product to sample. I truly believe in sampling your way to success, right? I'm probably going to tell my age here, but I remember back in the day going into the stores and, and I was young then, guys, and I remember these big bins, right? And they were full of these discs, right? And those discs, guys, was AOL. And you could just grab one and you could take it home and you could put it into your computer, guys. You could have access to the internet. And it was dial up back then. It was very, very slow. But that was our introduction to the internet, AOL, right? People probably still remember how it sounded when it came on. But guys, I remember those bins, and you go into different stores and you just grab one, right? And what he was doing, he was exposing people to the internet because he had the foresight, right, to see that the internet was going to be a means where everybody was going to use it from a household basis, right? Because at first it was just businesses and corporations, right? And then classrooms. But he had the foresight and the vision to say, hey, everybody's going to want to log online and use the internet from their house. And guys, I have the vision that Tava will become a household name, right? And I want people to remember when they hear about it, right, that I was able to put that product in their hand. And so when they think about it, when they think about Tava, when they hear about Tava, they can say, I remember this young man gave me a sample of tea. I remember this young man gave me a sample of Flair. And so I want to make sure that I have enough product to sample. Guys, you want to sample your way to success. That's how you become a household name, right? By starting in your backyard, right? And so you want to have the mindset of building locally. Write this down. You want to have a mindset of building locally, but thinking what? Globally, right? And it all starts in your backyard because somebody knows somebody, right? That's guys in Japan. Somebody knows somebody that knows somebody that's in Latin America, right? Somebody knows somebody that knows somebody that knows somebody, right? That's on the African continents, guys. And so with that being said, I want to make sure that I'm sampling, right? And so how many people a day are you going to sample, right? How many people a month are you going to sample? And you want to factor that in into your proper smart ship. And so what? So far we got what? Personal consumption, right? How much product is my household consuming? Right? And then we want to talk about how much product am I sampling, right? If I'm building a business and I'm exposing people to my product, how many prospects am I sampling on a monthly basis? And you got to factor that in, right? And so right there, guys, we know that 40 in volume is not enough, right? It's not enough to build a business, right? Because guys, that's just enough for you. And so you got to understand, don't make your minimums your maximums, right? When we come into this business, I believe when you come into this industry, and I've learned over the years that you always have two types of people that come into this industry, right? One of those people is they come in with a consumer mindset, right? And there's nothing wrong with that, right? There's nothing wrong with that. If that's the mindset that they're in, that's okay. Because I've noticed one thing, right? If I haven't noticed anything else, that people have the ability to learn and change, right? It's an awesome training. I can't wait to see you all here in Dallas, guys. We're going to get more into that, but it's called your Teachability Index, right? Your Teachability Index, right? And guys, in that Teachability Index, right, it's your willingness to learn, it's your willingness to change. And so I believe that anybody can be taught and anybody can develop the skill sets to go from a consumer, right, to what's the other the other mindset that people come in, guys. They come in with a business mindset, and we want to develop a business mindset. Doesn't matter if you're a retailer, right? Doesn't matter if you're a business builder. You want to come in with a mindset, guys, that I'm coming into a business, right? And so I'm coming to service the consumer, not to be a consumer. And so I want to understand I'm not coming into this business with, well, how much does that cost, or how much am I spending every month, or do I have the budget of that? I'm coming in to say, hey, how can I increase my profit, right? How can I increase my cash flow? What do I have to learn? What skill sets do I have to learn? What do I have to change to take advantage of this compensation plan model? What is that going to take, right? And so it's understanding that I understand I'm not going to make my minimums my maximums. I understand that I have to have personal consumption because I have to be a product of the product. I understand that I have to expose, right? Whether I'm a retailer, guys, and I I want to give people on the product, I'm still going to expose people to the business. I'm still going to go out and give that sample, right? And so they can get the product, and guess what? They're going to get results because we know that our products what work. And so as they're getting results, guess what? They're going to come back. And through sampling my way to success, I'm growing my customer base, right? I'm growing my customer base. And the last thing, guys, we're going to go into some numbers, right? Because I believe that was easy to do, right? Jeff Olson said it best in one of his books, guys. He said, what's easy to do is easy not to do, right? He said, what's easy to do is easy not to do. And so the only difference is the habits, right? The only difference are the things that you do in your daily routine, right? I heard so many wealthy people say that your success is tied up in your daily method of operations, what you do on a daily basis, right? That's the difference between failure and success. It's just small things that you do on a consistent basis, right? He also said in that book, and I got to think of the name of it, but in that book, guys, he said that eating a hamburger, right, won't kill you. He said, but eating a hamburger every day consistently over a long period of time, right, might cause some health problems, right? But he said also eating a salad every day, exercising 30 minutes a day, guys, taking our products every single day, forming those habits, right, will also move your health in the right direction. And see, it's simple, right? You can choose to do things that move you in a negative direction, or you can continue to do things that move you in a positive direction. It's just the habits that you create. And so last, guys, the last thing that goes in, we talk about personal consumption, we talk about sampling your way to success, guys. So we also want to talk about retail, right? Retail or wholesale, right? Some of us wholesale, right? Some of us retail. Doesn't matter. Either way, do you have enough product for that, right? Do you have enough product for that? So think about it. We teach leaders to be on at least 120 in volume, right? And so if you look at just from the standpoint of the valet, that's 3 bottles of valet, guys, right? 3 bottles of valet. And so think about that. If I have a household and I'm married, right, and I have at least one child, right, is 3 bottles of valet enough, right? Now let's think about this. Now I'm going to sample because I want to expose my business, right? I want to put product in people's hand in with the intention of them becoming my customer. I want to put product in hand like I do. I retail to recruit, right? So I want to put product in people's hand so they can sample that product, right? They can get results and come back for that product. And with them coming back for that product, guys, right? With them coming back for that product, then I can show them, hey, I can show them how to get the product at wholesale, right? Sorry about that, guys. I can show them how to get the product at wholesale, right? Because I want them to get involved in the business. And why buy the product right at the retail cost when they can buy at the wholesale cost? And last but not least, guys, I want to have enough product to retail, right? I want to have enough product to retail. And so looking at that, when you think about that, right? Think about that for a second. When you think about that thing, it's 3 products, 120 in volume. Is that truly enough to build a big business, right? Think about that for a second, right? We're talking about not making your minimums your maximums, right? And so when I think about that from that standpoint, how much product does that take? How much product does it take on a monthly basis to grow and build my business? Right? Because when I think about Tava and I think about the compensation plan, I think about the dynamics of building a big business, guys. I'm thinking about everybody that I expose to my business is a potential. Because we talked about the word. I told you my favorite title is distributor, right? And so when I'm bringing people into my business, I'm thinking about everybody that I bring in is a distribution. Get this, guys, distribution center, right? Because I don't think about bringing one person in my business and that's one person in my business because that's addition, right? But I build my business based off of multiplication. And I know that people compound just like money. You know, I had a mentor of mine. He said, people are like dust, they're everywhere, right? And so I want to have massive exposure, right? And so that's that psychological aspect. How are you perceiving your business when you come in your business? Are you perceiving your business as, hey, this is an expense, right? Or is this the cost of doing business? It's the difference between the consumer mindset, right? A consumer walks in and they want to know how much does it cost, right? A business owner walks in and says, how much profit can I make, right? What am my initial investment into my business, or my monthly investment into my business, right, is in direct correlation, guys, to the amount of profit that I'm receiving, right? Understand that if you think that purchasing one product is an expense, or you think that purchasing 3 products is expense, you might want to, right, get some coaching and some developing so you can develop the skill to say, hey, I want to treat my business like a business, right? I want to know how a TK, right, makes the type of money that she makes and builds the type of money that she makes. I want to know how a Nina Rochelle Moore was able to go diamond in 20 days, right? I want to know how some of the people are on the top retailers every single week, right? I want to know, because what I said is your teachability index. And so I'm watching and I'm learning and I'm developing a skill set that's going to allow me to change, because I know change is consistent, right? And so, guys, understand personal consumption, right? Sampling and retailing. Those 3 things should determine, those 3 things right there should determine the amount of product that you need to grow and build your business, right? And so let's talk about those things as it equates to numbers, right? It equates to numbers. We want to talk about real quick being prepared, right? Because when you come into business, guys, you got to be prepared. Opportunity, right? And preparation. When those 2 things meet, right? I understand when opportunity and preparation meet, guys, success is inevitable, right? But you have to be prepared. And so, guys, understanding that making your minimums and your making your minimums, right, your maximums, having that one product or those 3 products is not preparing you for success. I'm not trying to tell anybody what to do, right? I'm not trying to go into anybody's household budget. All I'm talking about is a shift in mindset to grow a business, right? So money is not an option anymore, right? So I never have to worry about the cost of anything, because I treated my business like a business, right? And now I'm creating profit from my business, because I truly believe there's nothing wrong with a job, right? I'm not down on jobs. I'm just up on opportunity, guys. And I understand that Jim Rohn said it best. He said he believes in profits over wages. See, I'm still part-time. People understand. People say, oh, you went diamond in 45 days, but I went diamond on a part-time basis, right? People talk about a Mr. Ford who went executive 2. He went executive 2 on a part-time basis, right? Because even though I'm not working a job, I still operate a traditional business. When I came into Tava, guys, I came into Tava right in the middle of my tax season, which is the busiest season from the year, and so I was super duper part time, right? But what Nina Rochelle Moore understood, and the reason Mr. Harris was pushing me, and what I understood about Mr. Ford is that busy people, right? A lot of times we say, well, they don't need the business, right? You look at Mr. Ford, who has a very successful tax business, and you might look at him and say, well, he's making hundreds of thousands of dollars a year. He doesn't need Tava, so I'm not going to put them on my list, right? We're going to talk a little bit about the list, guys, because all that goes in the proper authorship. It's all about setting your business up for success. And so when I knew that if I can get a Mr. Ford into my business, right, because he was busy, because he understood business, guys, because those are the type of people that you want. You want to look for busy people, because if you get them to see the vision of where Tava is going, if you can get them to see the dynamics of leveraging our conversation plan, guys, they'll bring that skill set over to Tava, and they'll work this business like they work their traditional business, because, guys, it's a habit. It's already embedded in their DNA, right? I don't know no other way to work but go all in, right? I don't know no other way to do it but fast, because Ms. Moore said, hey, success loves speed, right? Another thing that she taught me is products in hand equals cash on demand, right? And so I understood I needed product to expose the market, right? So let me paint the picture for you of not having the proper auto ship, right? Imagine a Nina Rochelle Moore coming into your business, right? Imagine that. I bet everybody's smiling right now. So I would love that, right? Imagine a Nina Rochelle Moore coming into your business, guys, and imagine she comes into her business. She's setting up her launch, right? Whether it's a virtual launch or a home launch, she's setting up her launch, and she, you know what I'm saying? She has 50, 60 people, 75 people, maybe 100 people show up, because she has a great set of influence. She has a long track record of success in this industry, and she has a following, right? And because of that following, she comes in and she's exposed to a massive amount of people, and you recruited her, right? You enrolled her, and you have 1 bottle or 3 bottles of valet. And she has people that are waiting for the product, because understand, she has people that's just like her, right? Because busy people attract busy people. Successful people attract successful people. And so you want to help her get her business off to a good start, but you have 3 bottles of valet because you're on a 120 right point smart shift. First of all, On 120-point SmartShip, guys, you wouldn't even see a Nina Rochelle Moore. You wouldn't even see her because you haven't developed a mindset to attract those type of people because you're making your minimums your maximums, right? So you're not prepared for a Nina Rochelle Moore to come into your business. See, guys, as I build my business, I understand that we're going to one day be global, right? We're going to one day be global. And I understand that I've been in this industry for a while and I have people in other countries, right? And so if I'm on for to go diamond, to go hit those above ranks, you got to be at least on $120 ship. But I understand from a business standpoint that $120 ship is not going to help me launch a country, right? See, I understand that if I walked into the warehouse right now, into the warehouse at Tava, I understand what I'm gonna see is boxes and boxes and boxes as far as I can see of product, right? Because what, guys, they're preparing for the growth. They don't make product, right, as needed. They make product in preparation for the growth so we never run out. And so my understanding is coming in with a business mindset and not a consumer mindset, right? I'm understanding, guys, that I have to be prepared for growth that's coming, right? And so when a Nina Rochelle Moore comes into my business, I have enough product on hand. I have enough product on hand to say, hey, let's get this product out. We're not going to wait for product to come in, right? And this is like, once again, guys, this is just my philosophy, right? This is just how I view the business. This is because I'm thinking from a business standpoint. And so in no way, shape, or form am I telling anybody to run out, right, and purchase a lot of product. I'm not saying that at all, right? I'm not saying that at all, guys. I'm not saying that in no way, shape, or form. All I'm saying is that you have to be prepared for your success and understand that which you are afraid to let out in terms of money, right? Oh, that's too expensive. I got bills to pay. Oh, I don't want to do 120 point auto-ship. Man, let me add that up. Right? What you're afraid to go out, guys, remember, what you're afraid to go out is also what you're afraid to let in. Write that down. What you're afraid to let out is also what you're afraid to let in. Right? And so I understand that if I place value on my business and build a business, right? Imagine opening up a McDonald's, guys, and you go in and you got 3 burgers, right? 3 fries and 3 shakes and 3 Cokes. How long are you going to be in business? Right. So I understand that when a distributor comes into my business, that's just not a person comes into my business. That's a distribution center. Guys, Nina Rochelle Moore is a distribution center. She has diamonds in the organization that's about to create diamonds, that's about to go worldwide. That's a distribution center. Right. And so understand that that's how you view everybody. I don't care if that person's retailing. I don't care if that person, guys, is building a business. I look at everybody as a distribution center. And I want to make sure that I give them the tools necessary so they can expose their business fast, because success loves speed. We're not waiting on product. You know what I'm saying? We're not placing that order, waiting on product to come. No, we're going to get that product now. I'm going to overnight you this product now, right? Send your product back to me. I'm about to put this product in here now. Why? Because success loves speed. And we have people that we have to expose now, right? Right now. Guys, one thing you got to understand is that we're all in a fight for market share, right? We're in a fight for market share. This is a $4.1 trillion industry, a global industry, guys, right? And so we have to be prepared to receive, right? And so if you don't have the proper auto ship, right, I probably give away more product than most of you purchase, because I understand the dynamics of business. I understand the AOL concept. I understand when a leader comes in, like a Blake Terry. When Blake Terry came in and said, man, come to the office and let's get you enough product so you can expose what your network. I'm going to say it again. See how word's going to keep up. We're in network marketing. We're not in retail marketing. We're not in recruiting marketing. We're in network marketing, right? And my job is to expose my network, right? And when I expose my network, my other job is to expose their network, because, right, we build networks, right? And so, guys, let's talk about numbers real quick, right? Real quick. We're about to bring this home. We're almost 30 minutes in. I said I'll be done in 30 minutes, guys, because I'm not long. I don't have a lot to say. I just want to get to the point and then get to work, right? I want to get to the point and get to work, right? And so I hope that the things that I'm sharing with you this morning, the only purpose of the things I'm sharing with you this morning is for you to apply these things so you can get results, because we're in a result-based industry, right? We put our products out there so people get results, right? So they can live a healthy lifestyle, so they can lose weight, so they can detox, so they can have energy, results, right? We build a business for results so we can create profit, right? So we can create a lifestyle that provides for us and our family so we can be financially independent. Results. This is a results-driven industry, guys. And so let's talk about it real quick. We talked about the proper smartship, right? We talked about psychological, right? This being psychological, numerical, and duplicatable. Guys, all those three things are tied up in the smartship, right? They're tied up in the smartship because you understand that, hey, the psychological part is this is a business. So I understand that I gotta, my teachability index, I gotta understand how to build this business, right? That's the psychological part. The numerical part is I want to expose people. I want to expose my network, numbers, right? Numbers, guys. When I saw the power of this conversation, and I know that I'm talking about proper smartship, guys, but all this ties into it. Because a lot of times when we don't, when Mr. Lloyd said that, it just stuck me and it resonated with me. And it was so profound. He said, from the moment I open my mouth, I'm teaching, right? And guys, I understood that I wanted to take the information in, right, with the understanding that one day I'm going to be teaching it. Because I understood that the teacher makes the most money, right? So we understand the numerical part, and then, guys, the duplication part is where the wealth is created, right? So once you have an understanding, right, and once you start exposing, right, and then you start duplicating, those are the three ingredients for wealth. And it's all tied up in the personal consumption, being a product of the product. It's tied up in sampling your way to success, and it's tied up in retail because we are distributors. That's what we do. That's our job, is to distribute product. And no product gets out, right? No product gets out. Even if I bring a retailer in, that retailer had to be recruited. They had to be enrolled. You can't distribute this product if you're not a part of the business, right? And so even in that, I want to make sure, guys, I'm setting on my list for success. Now, we want to talk about, real quick, just some simple numbers, right? I'm going to show you some simple numbers with, and I should have brought it with me, but I didn't, through just one product, the valet. I can show you how to go diamond, guys, with valet, right? And it's so simple, right? It's not easy, right? But it's simple because it takes work, right? If it was easy, everybody would do it. But the process is simple, right? I heard Mr. Lloyd say something else when we had we had the privilege to be on a Zoom with him, right? Getting ready for this event that's coming up in Dallas, right? And he said one thing that you need for the masses is you need a system. And guys, everybody has certain ways to do certain things, right? But understand that the last point was duplication. If it's not duplicatable, I'm not doing it because I understand that what's most duplicatable is most profitable, right? And so anything that I look at, I always ask a question. I say, is that duplicatable? People ask, well, how do you know what to do, when to do, and how to do it? Just ask yourself that one question. Is it duplicatable? Because if it's not duplicatable, I'm not doing it, right? Because I understand that duplication in this industry is what creates wealth, right? And so we're just going to talk about the power of 10, right? Whether you're a retailer, whether you're a distributor, let's talk about the power of 10, right? And then I want you to factor this in to your smartship as well, right? Guys, when you're having that list, I believe that you should have a list of 50 product users, right? 50 people that want to either lose weight or maintain a healthy weight loss, want more energy, whatever, right? I want to have a list of 50 people, right? And then I want to have a list of 50 people that want to build a business. That's 100 people on your list, right? And guys, I understand that a lot of people, if you say build a list of 100, that'll blow them out. They'll get scared. That's okay. They can start off with 10, right? You can start off with 5 and 5. Doesn't matter because you understand that you'll never stop growing your list, right? You'll never stop growing your list. And so in that, I always tell people 50 product users, 50 business builders, right? In that list, right? This all ties into the proper smartship, right? Guys, this ties into the proper smartship because once you start looking at the structure of your business and you start plugging that into the compensation plan, then you start to understand, oh man, I can't run a business off of 3 products. I cannot run a business off of 3 products. Me and my household will go through 3 products, right? I want to sample 2 people a day, right? I want to retail this much, right? Mr. Ford went over the calendar training, right? He talked about putting that in the calendar, in your calendar. How many people I'm going to sample today? How much product I'm going to retail this week, right? All that's factored in. When I look at my month based on my projected numbers like a business, then I understand that, okay, this is what my monthly auto ship needs to be, right? So let's talk about 10, guys, 10 customers. I want to show you how to really quick, how it's simple to go diamond. Because it's one thing to go diamond, guys, but it's another thing, right, to remain a diamond, right? Going diamond is easy. Les Brown said the easiest thing I ever did was become a millionaire. He said, the hardest thing I ever did was believing I could become a millionaire, right? And so going diamond is easy if you believe, right? But maintaining diamond and duplicating diamonds, it takes a system, right? It takes a system. And one thing I've learned is that time will either promote you or expose you, right? I'll say that again. Time will either promote you or expose you, right? I don't care what it looks like now. Can you maintain a consistent and duplicatable business that's producing 5 years from now? That's all that matters. And right, you cannot do that without a system. And so, guys, just, the power of 10, and then I'm out of here, right? Guys, what you want to do is you want to have 10 customers. 10 customers, right? 10 customers. I'm showing you how simple this is. 10 customers. It's not hard to have 10 customers. Guys, we have what we call a gateway product. We have what we call a sticky product. I love the tea. I love the coffee. I love the flair, right? But that Valet 30, that Valet 30 is a product that people can take, guys, from toddlers to elderly, need to be taking that product every single day on a global scale. I know that, right? And so my goal is to say, let me get 10 people on the Valet 30, right? I know if they get on the Valet 30, that's the gateway into other products. They'll try other products. They'll consume other products, right? But let me get 10 people on the Valet 30, guys, right? So 10 people on the Valet 30, that's 40 in volume. So I want people to get their calculators out, right? If you're good in math, you can just write it down. 10 customers on the Valet 30, that's 400 in volume. That's 400 in volume, right? 10 people on the Valet 30. Now, guys, I'm not talking about people that's purchased through your website. I'm talking about 10 customers that you service every single month, right? That's 10 customers that I have written down on a whiteboard, that I've written down on a paper, that I service every single month. That means every single month they come to me and they get their Valet 30. I give them their Valet 30, they cash at me, right? That's 400 in volume. But guess what? I got to order that product, 10 bottles of Valet at 40, that's 400 in volume, right? So, guys, what I want to do is I want to teach and duplicate that with 100 people on my team, right? Guys, that's simple. It's not easy because it takes work, but it's simple. And the reason it's not easy because if it was easy, everybody would do it, right? And if everybody was doing it, guys, would be $1 billion company. But I told you, it's duplication, right? And so what I want to do is I want to teach 100 people, and let's do the math on that, right? Understand, whatever I do on the right, I got to do on the left. It's a binary, right? Whatever I do on the right, I got to do on the left. And so 100 people times 10 customers is 1,000 customers. There's 1,000 customers, right? 1,000 customers at one product, right? We're not talking about the binary. We're not talking about the check match. We're not talking about going out there and recruiting a whole bunch of people. We're just talking about you having 10 customers and duplicating that in your organization, having 100 people. Guys, 100 people times 10, that's 40,000, 1,000 customers at one product, guys. That's 40,000 in volume. 40,000 your left, 40,000 your right. Remember, what we do on the left, we're going to do on the right, right? So that's 40,000 in volume, right? But understand, guys, that I don't make my minimums my maximums. And even though I'm servicing 10 customers, I'm still at least on the minimum order, I'm doing 120, right? And I'm duplicating that too. And so those 100 people on 120 auto ship, right? So, guys, when you add that volume up, that's 52,000 in volume. Guys, you're a diamond. You're a diamond, right? You're a diamond. That's 52,000 volume for you just going out and personally servicing 10 customers a month. Remember that the psychological part, treating it like a business. The numbers part, I went and got 10 customers and I talked to 100 people. That's the numbers part. But then the duplication comes in place, right? The duplication comes in place. You teach a person on your left to go do that and a person on your right to go do that. And now you're a double diamond, right? It's not hard, right? It's just understanding that you have to shift the mindset, right? It's understanding that, hey, I got to learn how to operate this like a business. Guys, some people say, well, I'm a retailer. Great. You're a retailer, right? Can you retail your way to success on a 3-product auto ship? I'm not stuck. I'm just waiting, like Nina Rochelle Moore says, right? Can you retail your way to success on a 3-product auto ship? No, you can't, right? I want to go diamond. Right? I want to bring in a Jeff Sampson. I want to bring in a Nina Rochelle Moore. I want to bring in a TK, right? I want to bring in a Tracy Walker, right? Guys, you're not even prepared for none of those names I've mentioned. If that type of person came in your business, I want to launch in Latin America on a 3-product auto ship. It's not going to happen, right? It's not going to happen. And if it does happen, it won't be sustainable because you're not prepared for the growth. You just got lucky, right? And I believe luck stands for laboring under the correct knowledge. That's the only luck I believe in. Laboring under the correct knowledge, guys. And laboring under the correct knowledge means I'm going to put myself on the proper smart ship that's going to create duplication in my business. That's going to prepare me for success. That's going to put me in a position, right, to grow with $1 billion company. It's not just enough to be in $1 billion company, guys. What was your contribution? What was your contribution? If we go to $1 billion company, that's great to say, hey, I'm part of $1 billion company. But what was your contribution to the growth? How much of that $1 billion are you going to get? Right? We're going to go to $1 billion without anybody on this call. We're going to go. I can see it. Right? I know when a company is positioned for success. Right? We've got less than 50,000 distributors. We're not global yet. We have some of the most amazing products on the face of this earth. We got the best compensation plan. The company is groomed for success. They're ready to be $1 billion company. But are you ready? Right? Are you ready? That's the thing. Are you prepared? Opportunity and preparation are the only two things. That's the only formula that creates success. Right? That's the only formula that creates success. And so what does your teachability index look like? Because the only way that you're going to, right, the only way that you're going to participate in that success, the only way that you're going to create profit and change the dynamics of your family's financial future is preparation, right? And preparation starts with having the proper smart ship. Preparation starts with having enough product to attract the right leaders. Preparation starts with saying, hey, we just launched in this country. Great. The leaders that have the product ready are going to put that product on the ground because they all know it's about numbers, it's about duplication, it's about exposure, right? So, guys, we got to change our way of thinking, right? We can't think like a consumer. We have to think like a business owner, right? And we have to understand if we're holding on to the money that we want to invest in our business because we're thinking like a consumer, right? We're also holding on, right, to poverty. We're also holding on to a broken mindset, which means that you're not allowing money to come in, right? You're not allowing the cash flow to come in. You're not setting yourself up for growth, right? And so, guys, this is not a spectator sport. This is not a spectator sport. You have to get in the game, right? I'm not going to watch Tava become $1 billion company. I'm going to participate in the growth, right? I want to make sure that a large percentage of that growth comes from my organization. And I know in order to do that, I have to equip myself for growth. And you do that, guys, by having the proper smart shit. And so I hope I said something to inspire, right? Because that's our job. I'm giving away my training for Dallas, but I hope I said something to inspire. Guys, I don't believe that you can motivate people, right? You can only inspire people to motivate themselves, right? So I hope I said something that inspires you to motivate yourself to change the dynamics of your business, right? And understand that set your business up every month for success, right? Look at the layout of your business over the next 30 days, right? And you want to do that at the end of the month. So between the first and the third of the month, you're placing a proper smart ship, right, for the growth that you want to see at the end of 30 days. And I just believe you can't do that, making your minimums your maximums, right? So with that being said, guys, I appreciate everybody that showed up to this training. I'm definitely humbled, right, that you allow me to have the platform to share this information. Love each and every one of you. Guys, let's go out and make this an amazing day. I'm going to see each and every one of you on the beach of the world as soon as we leave the bank.